Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Roger, how the hell are you doing?
Awful, Andy. I'm doing horrible. It's been one thing after another lately. You know what? The company work van, the engine blew up on my way to Youngstown Tuesday morning.
What?
After the long week, yeah.
A bad couple of weeks. You got your hand cut off. Your
hand cut off. Fan blew up. So, hey, at least the beginning of the show, the intro changed. I worked on that all week for you. The van blew up. I went through all these awful things, so the intro was changed. How about that?
Speaking of the intro changing, right before we were set to go live, I don't even know if this got on, but Ross came in pleading not to go on because
what's the emergency there?
Twitter, the title. That's okay. It's a shitty show, so the fact that we didn't change the title, we just have to live with it. Let's bring Ross on though. How's it going, Ross?
All right. I guess I failed as a producer. I didn't edit the tweet before it went out, but
we failed you by rushing you.
We're failing our 0 viewers right now.
We did our pregame chat. And
what would the title be?
It's not bad. It just says Dawg Chug Live with no guest because Ed is our favorite.
If we had done it the way we wanted to do it, what would it say?
Yeah.
Dawg Chug is live with bullshit guests. Ed is our least favorite.
All right. Well, now everyone that's tuning in knows. So that's really cool.
It's not that far off.
Don't worry, Ross. You're doing a fantastic job producing. So, I've already made like 7 mistakes today, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Let's also bring in the hardest working man in the podcast industry, Ed in Columbus, pulling a double shift. Ed, how's it going?
Time and a half pay.
Yeah, just like Ernie Banks said, what a great day. Let's play 2 or something like that. I would have said it more eloquently because then I would have remembered what I would have said back then because it'd be great now because I'm great and that's where we're going to go.
I hope you saved your best stuff for the Barking Browns because you are boring.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do something special about halfway through the show to kind of spice it up a little bit.
We're excited for that. And I do want to point out, you've been asked to be on many podcasts. We are influencers on the Dawg Chug. You've been asked to be on many podcasts, and they make you do all this work. You got to do Break Ed News, which is great, by the way. I love that. You got to do Go For It, which is also great. You got to come up with all those words. On the Dawg Chug, we don't make you do anything. You just jump on and you roll with it.
Right. Hey, that's my job, by the way.
And you got a promotion doing all that.
A true thespian knows how to ad lib. And that's why I like coming out here. I like the improv kind of stuff, and it gets my juices flowing, my creativeness. I like coming in here with a fresh slate. You get fresh Ed in Columbus, and that's what I give the fans of the Dawg Chug.
So I had the Dawg Chug as my pinned profile on my page, and I saw 550 people checked out my page based on watching that video that I produced this weekend. So clearly, we're gonna have a lot more eyeballs on the Dawg Chug, and I'm excited to say. We have 0. Oh, just went to 1.
What video are you referring to, Andy? Because let the audience in.
We didn't see it. What did you do? What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Yes, my Down with the Browns co-host, Christian,
thank you for
fabulous merchandise. Right. Fabulous merchandise, and I'll be wearing it on Monday's show. Mitch was on the Barking Browns Tonight special guest. Shout out to Mitch.
Nice. So this weekend I did a little special memorial video in honor of the great David Njoku, where I chugged 4 double IPAs in 1 minute, and I think my most watched video that I've ever done was 20,000 views. When David Njoku actually responded, it shot up to 51,000 views.
Wow!
You got the old quote tweet from the chief himself, as I like to call it. When I didn't know much about Twitter, I'd say, Kelly, he boxed me up, meaning the old quote tweet. So Andy, touchdown on that one. You should be doing a Chief Slam after that performance. I implore everybody out there at Catalina Manch Mixer, check out that video. Our host of the Dawg Chug, Andy, he represented Cleveland. He made us all proud to be Browns fans.
Thank you for those kind words, Ed. It was a lot of fun until I started chugging, and then I was like, oh my God, is this way harder than drinking light beer?
I showed my dad. Shout out to my son Kellen's 12th birthday. Went out to Planks in Grove City, nice pizza place, and showed him the video, Andy. And he said he could put down some pictures back in the day of beer, and he saw what you did. And he asked me if you're still around. I said I got a show with him tomorrow night, and so I will show him the video evidence that you did in fact survive and live.
You know, when you're made of robot parts, it's very easy to survive.
You didn't rust at all, so that's good.
All right, let's Ross keep on producing. I'm going to keep Ed on because we're going to bring on everyone's favorite person who had some thoughts about my famous chug video. The great Extra Crispy Wings, Dan. How's it going, Dan?
Man, you're a pussy. You ain't even finished all them beers. Like, you left a little drop of everything in every single last glass.
Thank you for pointing that out. I was trying not to puke. I failed. I did immediately do the chug again, and unfortunately,
look, Andy, I thought you was better than that. Like, I watched your fireball chugs. Like, you did way better than that in them. I thought like you could pull through.
Yeah, so
man, my heart is hurt. Like, I'm hurt in my heart.
Sorry to hear that, but I do have to point out. I mean, I have not seen any evidence of you doing a very big chug. Now, David Njoku actually did call me out, and he's
no, whoa.
I'm not going to sit here and take.
You see me drink in person.
Yeah,
and I seen you drink in person. Light beers.
Yeah,
light beers.
What beer do you typically get when you're at the bar? You usually get a shot and a beer. What beer do you get?
The truth.
Rheingeist?
Yeah. Okay. I will do 4 Rheingeist in a minute. And each Rheingeist I drink, I will do a shot in 1 minute with you. Do you accept that challenge?
There's no way I'm doing that.
Why?
Because 4 shots in 4 IPAs, it's too much.
Why? Well, how is that?
Like, go to the hospital.
That's not a hospital trip. That's a start to a good night.
You do it, and then maybe that'll up my competitiveness, and then I'll try and do it. But I am not going to do that. I will do 4 Rheingeist with you in a minute, but I'm definitely not.
Are you calling me out to do like a chug video like you do? Like, you're the master. But no, honestly, like I'm saying, like this is nothing but regular to me.
Okay, well, I just want to see you do it. So next time we're hanging out, I'm going to record you doing it, and we'll play it on the Dawg Chug. It'd be hilarious.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah,
I got a question. Dan, can I have the floor for 2 seconds? This is a serious Dawg Chug question. Roger, I want your input on this as well. Andy, you took those 4 IPAs and you downed them like a champion. And all I've heard from you after that was basically that was a mistake. I'm glad I'm alive. And brother, I don't know how you did it, but I want to know something. You said that was kind of a silly mistake you made on Saturday. I got a question. Dan's back again tonight. Now, have you been drinking today? Did you bringing Dan back and expecting to have great segments? I see what we're getting into now. You yelled at me for fighting with him last week. He's fighting with you now about what? I have no idea. So, Andy, how much did you drink today?
First of all, I'm not engaging back. I'm not firing back at him. You two were
well, that's a good point because you can't win against that.
It was kind of boring.
Ed, calm down there.
All right, I'm just
don't be mad because I'm a lovable whore just like you.
Ooh. All right, you're challenging me, Dan. So I'm just saying, let's see how you do, and you're gonna blow me out of the water, and then I'm gonna give you props. That's how it's gonna go, I bet. So, do you have any last comments before we get you out of here? Before you pass out?
Dan.
No, not really.
Dan,
I don't usually swear, Andy. Dan, have a nice night. Remember, fuck off.
Ooh. Oh, hold on, Ed.
Ooh.
Tell Kelly to tickle both of them.
I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it. Bye, Dan.
Yeah.
But anyway, before y'all get started on some real football talk, Baker Mayfield is gonna always stay a college football quarterback, just like Johnny Manziel.
He's gonna
These are the hot takes, Andy. The hot takes Dan's giving off.
All right, Dan. Thank you so much for joining us. I cannot wait to not see you next week. Have a good one, man. Hope you're feeling better. Go Browns.
And
Rod, you wanted to ask him a question. I am so sorry.
No, I didn't want to ask him a question. He said earlier today that he wants to come on. He's banned from the Barking Browns, and right there was a perfect example. Why?
Yeah, that's true.
It's interesting.
I was just going to point that out to him.
I always want to bring him on because he's such a character, but I want to bring him on at the end of the show because usually it's kind of boring. But the problem is, if you wait past the first 10 minutes, he's passed out. So I'm in quite the enigma here. I don't know what to do.
These are facts. He
goes over the hill and it's straight down for them.
All right. Well, Ed, thank you so much for doing double duty today. I don't know how you do it. It's so much stress just to do one show.
Dan can't even do 5 minutes.
Well, he did do 10 minutes there. It just wasn't the best 10 minutes.
Fair enough. So he inspires me.
There he is.
You're my lad.
Thank you.
Let's let Ed go here. We're going to get rid of everyone except for me and Roger because we have something very exciting here. We're actually going to bring on.
What's going on?
We're having an interview. He hasn't done an interview in about 10 weeks. We did a controversial interview, and he's coming back. He's going to be on the Dawg Chug to clear up. It's been a intense 21 weeks since the offseason started. So we wanted to figure out what is going down with the man himself. We asked him to come on. He said absolutely. What time? So here he is. Oh shoot! Hold on. Fuck.
Oh.
Hey, Roger, I gotta go. Can you take care of this, man?
I guess I'll do the interview. I actually thought this was going to be Baker Mayfield. I have a bunch of questions here, and I don't even trust you guys anymore. So, all right. I guess I'll start without Andy. Baker, this is even dumber than I expected.
Pleasure to be here on your podcast, boys.
Where's Andy? This is supposed to be Baker Mayfield. Baker, what's the all right? I'll play along. What's the past 18 weeks been like? What's the past 18 weeks been like?
I think maybe we can maybe we can start over. Oh my God, this is bad. All right.
What? I'm not hearing you. I'm not getting that good of a connection with you there, Baker. What was the worst part specifically about the last 18 months?
Well, I used to be the man in this town.
Oh,
I just opened the door of my Cadillac Escalade, and Cleveland Sevens would push each other out of the way to get in and service me. Now I'm trapped in this box. Nobody returns my calls. Emily realizes how annoying I actually am, and there's tension between us. He encouraged me to get out Memorial Weekend, so obviously I strolled to the local cheesecake factory, opened my door, and women walked by without so much as a glance. I was forced to whack it like that sicko Kellen Winslow.
You know what? I don't even know what to say. What you're going to be at OT? You going to be at OTAs? You're going to be at OTAs this off season?
My agent keeps pushing me to as attending would put maximum pressure on the Browns and increase the chances they'd cut their losses and take what they could get.
Oh boy. So let me ask you something. You want to show other GMs that you're maturing? Is that what you're telling me? So why are you going to stay away? Don't you want to do that?
Yeah, I should go, but let's just say sad Baker turns to the barbecue chips and ice cream. I can't take the fat jokes, so I'm just going to stay in this box.
All right, I want to move on from you. Let's talk about something different. Here you go. What do you think about the allegations about the Browns' new QB1?
Oh, way to go, Cleveland. You know, it's easier to get away with creeping on women than it is to smoke pot outside the 2-week test window. I made about 100 women cry last offseason when I was feeling a bit friskier. You just make them sign the NDAs before you bring out the coke, and you can have all the fun you want. Your new quarterback can't spell, moron.
Okay. All right, here's a question. You have anything to say to the GM of the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry?
Oh, you know, I actually prepared the following statement. Dear Cleveland supporters, wherever you may be, your hero general manager deserted me, and this was announced by him with a narcissistic, self-promoting build-up culminated with a national TV press conference unlike anything I've witnessed in my life, and probably the history of entertainment. Clearly, this is disappointing to me. I simply don't deserve this kind of cowardly betrayal. I have given so much and deserve so much more, and I will make one statement to you, Andrew Berry. I personally guarantee that Baker Mayfield, will win an NFL Super Bowl before the self-titled genius wins one, and you can take that to the bank.
Wow. That's some pretty strong stuff, and delivered in such a masculine Southern voice.
Blah, blah. You sure
There
have
he
a
is.
Napoleonic complex. Too bad you're not good at QB.
Oh, hey, AB. Did you get the cookies I sent? Now, I know we talked about not doing any more podcasts, but obviously this one doesn't count since there's no audience. Look, man, I know this situation's gotten a little ugly between us, but if there's anything I could do to earn my release, I mean, please just be reasonable.
Easy. Give us the $18.8 million back. If you want released, prove it.
No, I earned that money. You can't expect me to give it back.
I gave everything I had. I took. Great, keep the money. Just stop whining about your freedom. It's either about money or it's about controlling your fate.
I think you were using my line. I gave everything I had. I took your sorry team from a perennial loser to beating the Pittsburgh Steelers in their house.
I did steal your line. I just got, confused at what's going on here. But a one-armed leprechaun couldn't have beaten the Steelers. Ben was playing out of a coffin all game. I'll give you zero credit, and so happy your bitch ass is off the team.
You know what? This is discrimination. You want a team full of minority and women.
You know what? We actually got a pretty good trade package today that we're going to accept that would put you in a pretty decent situation. But you pissed me off, little man. I'm turning it down so you can keep rotting.
I can't wait till the day comes I get to play your team. I'm going to plant a flag in the middle of your stupid field.
Make sure you bring a ladder, and we're looking forward to it. I'm going to hire Hugh Jackson back for that game so he can hand you the game ball when you throw the big pick in the fourth quarter.
You know what? I don't need this.
Funko Baker's almost as big of a loser as the Dawg Chug.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Sorry. What did I miss?
I'm not talking to any of you no more. We had a technical.
I'm just trying to produce a show here, and you just bring on these lunatics all the time.
This show.
I remember back in the day, didn't Andrew have he sounded like he was from the hood the first time he was on. Now he sounds like he's from Texas. I don't know who Andrew is.
He went to elocution lessons.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry guys, I gotta do a better job screening our interviews.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Roger. That was awkward when you started the show. I'm sorry that I put you in.
I had technical difficulties here with the old document there, and
wow.
This show's been from the beginning. Since Ross's head appeared between the two of us, this show's been on a sidetrack.
Did you hear what just happened? I mean, that was crazy. We had Funko Baker and Andrew going at it. This is a Dawg Chug exclusive.
If I was Austin Hooper, which at this point I wish I was because I wouldn't be here in this moment, I'd fall over.
Raffle? Are you raffling?
Wow. Well, that was I know it got
guys.
to a little bit of a confusing start, but there was a lot going on there. Sorry for the awkwardness, but I think you got a good interview there. Roger, great job fumbling through those lines. It was
it was a bad start. I don't know what happened.
Well, we came back in the second half, and I think I heard 2 laughs. So
Yeah.
We rallied to only a 30-point loss.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move it along. The guy that I did make the video for, I am really excited in Joku's back. I know a lot of people want to talk about his contract. Are we paying him too much? Is he worth it? A lot of good questions come with this one. So we asked our crack producer, Ross, to prepare a little clip package about breaking down David Njoku. So, Ross, take it away.
All right. Yeah. So, you see a lot of people on Twitter, they're kind of like, why does David Njoku deserve all this money? But realistically, it's a lot of it. People say, oh, it's because he doesn't have the volume and this and that. Look at the film. He hasn't made a lot of drops in the last couple of years. But I want to show a few things and do a little film breakdown of my own. And if you guys have watched the Dawg Chug before, we've done a film breakdown before. We did a breakdown of Baker shotgunning a beer at the then Indians game. I'm allowed to say Indians because it's the past. We did a few other things. So this time we're going to dedicate it to the Chief. So first up, I got this clip from Sports Science, who's actually on there before the draft that we drafted him in. So they want to show his athleticism. So I'm going to demonstrate his athleticism here. This is actually a segment from Sports Science. So they show him here demonstrating his high jumping ability from high school. And that's at 6'4". He's wearing helmet, fully padded, and clears it with no problem while holding a football. And look at that, with room to spare. That's raw athleticism. I don't know if that comes in handy. Like, he's not going to do that over the goalpost.
It happens in the Olympics, though.
I know. So what's most important here, though, I actually was a high jumper in high school, and I want to go over a little bit of the form here. So you can see the highest point of his body's over the bar at the right point. And the most important part of all this, see what side he's coming from?
Oh, okay.
That's the side that winners come from. That's the side that lefties come from.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at he's swinging for the gate right there.
So a lot of lefties, their dominant foot for jumping, when you jump off one foot, is you jump off your right foot. So if you're a righty, try this out, you'll actually notice you jump off your left. I'm a righty, but I actually jump off my right foot, which is like a lefty trait. So when I was in high school, I was jumping on the side that not a lot of people jumped off. So I'm giving him an A++ for just jumping on that side.
So did your track coach not like you, Ross? Did he find you difficult?
No, he loved me.
Okay.
So I was the best.
All right.
But anyways, if anyone's wondering, David Njoku's best jump was 7'1".
Wow.
In the high jump. So he's incredibly athletic, and you have to be pretty coordinated to do that. You can't just jump high. You actually have to get form. And
well, Josh Gordon jumped high.
No, there's a lot more form and coordination. Yeah, look at that.
He was good. That's a good. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, I have to do a film breakdown, or else I'd mute you. So the next clip, this is one he posted, I think about a month or two ago. Just a little hype vid. And I know a lot of people love this. Look at that.
He's on fire.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know I'm the young guy in here, but you guys all are familiar with Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yes.
So there's a huge anime crowd out there, and they'll literally be fans of Myles Garrett and David Njoku strictly because they know they like anime. Certain guy on the Barking Browns really likes anime. I know Ed's aware of that. So he's getting brownie points just for having someone make this. I don't know if he made it himself, but showing that he's a big DBZ fan. So he gets nerd points.
You're saying like 10 million at 56 million is worth it right here on this one little video.
Yeah, think about the jerseys you'll sell by just showing that you're relatable to the nerds.
See, no one talks about this kind of stuff. They talk about his production. Boring.
I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, that's why you want him to be here, right? And this might be the most important film breakdown.
The
so
salacious video, salacious.
So you wouldn't have a Njoku film breakdown if you didn't have a video with him with his shirt off. I mean, everything on his social media is him walking around without a shirt, showing off his muscles, his ridiculous physique, which may make us all question if we like women or not. Mainly Roger. But what's most important about this film breakdown is I want to show how composed he is while getting a massage. Because the last thing we need is to have another guy going around with civil suits, negotiating with women because he can't control himself during a massage or during an appointment with the chiropractor. Look at that. Look at that. Look at where this woman's touching him in very suggestive places. And do you see anything? Do you see any tents being pitched right now?
His dick's not flopping out. This is great.
No, look. Hulk controlling himself. Look, he's touching himself, not the woman. Respecting her. He's not telling her to take her mask off. He's respecting COVID.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that self-control. There is nothing you have to worry about. Like, you give that guy guaranteed money, and he's guaranteed to not be suspended. He's going to be at every single game.
I don't know what. I don't want to know what's going on here.
Even when the men are involved, see?
I don't.
So, I mean, I don't know if there's any better argument.
I can't believe.
Wow.
All right.
That's
I just wondered, though, how do you guys feel about the signing? Like, after what I showed you guys, do you think he's worth the money or no?
Like right now, after seeing all that, if they had given him $100 million, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
You know, when he was on the massage table, he looked like he had that smile on his face. He looked like he wanted to negotiate David Njoku terms. That's why I like him, actually. You know what? You're right, Ross. He's a cool cat, even in positions. Even when he's doing something, you know, you make a video of getting a massage. It's kind of weird, but he made it look cool. You know, and then that's what he is, and I'm glad the fans get a favorite back. And
I'm just really, you know, I'm kind of sick of everyone just using PFF to justify the signing. I think they really have to go down the rabbit hole that is YouTube to find and like pretty much.
You know, Ross, great find as a producer of the Dawg Chug. Great find. That was a great find.
Yeah,
I am my own source. Okay.
I agree. Okay, well,
you're my news source.
If anyone was doubting David Njoku signing, I think right now you clearly are getting on board.
You're rushing out to get a jersey too, as well, probably.
Thank you for that, Ross. You should see if David will hire you to be in his PR.
I might have to.
You know, I might actually put out a PR video of me doing anime with me because, you know, Ed in Columbus, I love me some me. I'll make a video of myself. And you like Ross said, there's people, there's nerds out there that I should be going after.
Whole new audience, Ed. You could literally maybe increase your Twitter following by like 2%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he would definitely do that for 2%. All right. Excellent job, Ross. I'm going to.
The quality of the show really picked up.
Yeah, since our interview. Go continue your excellent producing, and I think it's time for us to bring on our guest today, who was kind of a late ad because we had a cancellation, but we always love when she comes on. Don't worry about that, Roger. We're going to bring. Yeah, we got to be flexible on the Dawg Chug. That's what makes us great.
Right.
That's it.
It's one of our favorite people to bring on. Haven't had her on in like a couple of weeks. Jessica, first of all, thank you so much for helping us with that amazing Funko bit where you just like,
it was me?
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
That was
Tell
awesome.
us about the Funko. Fill us in.
Oh, I got them online.
Right. You got
Yeah. Good deal. I have other ones too. I thought I might as well get them all. All the Cleveland ones. Jim Brown.
Ooh.
There you go.
I have Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I have Miles Garrett, but he's in my room. It's not what it sounds like, but it's
Hey now.
It's on the bookshelf in my room. There's nothing weird about it.
Does the Jim Brown Funko ever hit any of the other Funkos?
Does what? I'm sorry?
Does he ever hit the other Funkos? The
Jim Brown?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, gee.
So he did fall off the desk earlier, though, and he fell really well, so it was good. You know, so I take a hit, so it was all right.
Nice.
So I was concerned, but he was fine.
Safe environment then.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Miles Garrett's helmet stays on too; it doesn't come off, so there's no reenactment ability with the Miles Garrett Funko Pop.
I got a question for Jessica.
Sure.
When Andy would make fun of me and say that I wasn't chugging because I was taking, shots of Fireball, did you think Andy had a point, or taking a shot of Fireball is equal to chugging, say, a 12-ounce Busch Light or whatever, Natty or whatever he drank?
I wouldn't call it the same thing, really.
Well, it's not called the same thing. You're right. I mean, I can't. So I am going to try to make it up. It is the year of the Ed. We were talking about 2% that I'd sell out to, but I want to sell out to how much percentage is in one of these White Claws? 5%?
Yeah, 5%.
Well, you know what? Let's chug. How about you want to see a chug? This one is for Funko Baker. I get made fun of and stuff. Well, not made fun of, but I go after Baker a lot. But I'm going to chug this one, Baker.
I thought you were going to get some Natter Days.
I got lazy, so I'm still in one of Kelly's. So we're gonna chug this one. Baker, get off my football team.
I'm not chugging. Get off my team.
I'll just drink.
Some of us drink like gentlemen on the Dawg Chug.
That's right.
Wow. Good job, Ed. I'm
Go
proud.
ahead, I can't.
You're gonna crush the can on your hat now.
I'm a gentle. I'm dainty. I'd hurt myself. I'm very dainty. Very
You are
Or the
dainty.
hat, really.
Very accurate.
Pulled a double shift today. He deserves it. That was a great job.
I'm fragile.
Yeah, you're a flower.
All right.
Oh, I
Well,
want to say something too, Andy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just
No.
so excited, and we never get to speak with
go ahead.
Jessica.
Help yourself.
I'm gonna go behind the curtain. We're in a league. I'm in a league with 8 other people, and we each got a USFL team. And I am the Birmingham Stallions, and we are still undefeated. So Birmingham, this is for you.
I'll be honest, Ed. If you would think about it logically, I'm the one that decided we should all pick teams. So technically, I'm the winner. Yeah.
I got to ask you a question, though, Ed. You
are a winner. You're a winner. I'll give you that.
You just said you wanted to ask Jessica a question, but really what you wanted to do is brag about the fact that you're in first place. There was no question there at all.
I got a tough game. I think this week, Andy, I'm going up against you. 5-2, your team. What are you, New Orleans Breakers or something?
What?
I don't know. I don't even know. But against my team. So on Saturday, I think at 3 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
I knew.
Big matchup in the South.
All right.
I knew before we picked these teams. I knew before we even. As soon as it was mentioned, I was like, Ed's going to have like the 8-0 or the 10-0 team. Just on chance, it's going to happen because it's Ed. And
Look,
boom,
we all
what do
just
you know?
picked teams because we were just like, yeah, I'll pick this team, I'll pick that team. Ed did homework and said, okay, this is obviously the most stacked team. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. To open next week's show, if you do defeat me, I will chug 3 beers to start the show off. If you get defeated, then the 3 of us are going to have you chug until you finish all 3 of them, and we're going to make fun of you until you do. It's going to be great.
How about I'll chug
3.
2? I'll chug 2. I can't do 3.
Well,
I can't do 3.
yeah,
I don't want to lie to the audience. I got to say, I'm going to do 3, and then my whole weekend's ruined because you win, and I got to chug 3.
All right.
You don't sound very confident in the Stallions anymore. Where's your horse
here's the problem. Here's the problem.
How about this?
Scooby Wright's
2
hurt.
2 chugs and a shot of Fireball.
All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
But you're not even have to do it because I'm clearly going to lose. You have the better team.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Remember the Browns drafted a linebacker out of Arizona under Hugh Jackson named Scooby Wright, and he was doing really
Scooby
good.
Wright. Yeah.
He is on the Birmingham Stallions, but he's been hurt the last 3 games. They call him the Shark Dog. I might actually get a T-shirt. They got Shark Dog T-shirts. Shout out to Scooby Wright. You're always a Cleveland Brown.
I bet we just surpassed the most amount of content on a podcast dedicated to the
Probably USFL. USFL. Hey, I only follow it because Ed got the 6-0 team or whatever. Because if he was if you were like 2-5, none of us would know what the hell's going on but Jessica because she's the only
She's the commissioner, though. Jessica's the commissioner.
I know she's the only one.
Randomly.
I wouldn't know who the hell. But I told you my Michigan team's in a rebuild year, so it's a rebuild year for us.
I checked out a game maybe 2 weeks ago, and
I watched it.
There were less people in the stands than that watched this show. It was amazing.
Yeah, I felt good. I felt good.
Right. It's my kind of crowd.
Let's move on to Spit Sip Chug. Keep the show going. So
It got a lot better.
Yeah. So everyone's pretty familiar with the game, but in case all those new people that were amazed by my Joku Chug video are watching for the first time, let's go ahead and explain it. I'm going to make a statement, not a question, a statement. If you agree with it, you're going to chug and explain why. If you are tepid, you're going to sip and explain why. And if you vehemently disagree, you're going to spit. And I need you to actually spit, and you'll explain why. So first statement for this edition of Spit Sip Chug.
Oh, boy.
Watson took a large portion of the team to the Bahamas. Miles is taking most of the defense today to Miami, and the entire team is participating in voluntary OTAs, unlike the Ravens that I think have 17 people absent. Does any of this work in bonding actually matter? Jessica, we'll start with you.
So if I agree, I chug.
That's
I mean, I guess I'll be positive. I'll chug, but I won't really chug. But I'll look like I'm chugging. It's an extended sip. We'll do that. So,
Sorry, I'm just like dying of laughter over here because Andy's like, it's a statement. Let's make it clear, and then he just said a question right off the bat.
Andy has a hard time with this game.
Look, unfortunately, I wasn't very funny during the Funko Baker, so I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, is that? Are you still thinking about that?
Yes.
The
First
bottom?
one.
I mean,
so am I. I'm
I was
gonna.
wondering if you got sunburn, if your face is just red. I couldn't tell.
No, yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, unfortunately. So, anyway, Jessica, you were saying you are going to chug.
Well, I think anytime you're on a team, generally the more time you can spend together outside of work, so to speak, it helps a little bit with your team. So even though I don't personally like to do it with the people I work with, because they always do it like at night, and I'm like, I've got a family, I'm trying to go home. But like I find that generally it keeps you a little closer with your team. Like you have that thing outside of work that you can talk about then. So I'm chugging on it, or an extended sip chug.
All right, Edward.
I'm going to sip on it. Here's why. I definitely think it's beneficial to have good personal relationships with people that you go to war with every Sunday. I mean, obviously it's, not the literal war, but I mean, the hits that they take and stuff like that obviously has repercussions. But no, absolutely. I think there's benefits by it. But when it comes to whether the Browns going to be 12-5 or 11-6, depending on whether they go to the Bahamas for the offense and then subsequently to Miami with the defense with Myles Garrett, no, I don't think it's going to have, because I think it comes down to health and how you're playing teams week to week. But no, I like the fact that they're getting along. Anytime you have a team, and we all love the Cleveland Browns, and they're getting along, especially after what we've been going through with, Odell. And, maybe they actually did get along, and maybe the media made it out to be worse than it was. I don't know. I wasn't there in Berea, but there is a positive perception of when, whole units hang out together and have bonding time. So I'm all for it. Whatever. They're rich too. Hey, they're probably living it up. They'll live it up in the Bahamas like they did with Deshaun, and I'm sure Miles will treat them well in Miami. So hey, it's a touchdown, especially if you're a player.
All right.
But I am sipping. I'm sipping on it.
Roger.
I'm chugging on it.
Roger, you're chugging, but why?
I'm chugging because I think it's important. I'll tell you what I thought about it when I read it, and why I thought it was a good idea when I first saw it was happening was I'd go and play on a softball. About 2 summers in a row, we played like traveling softball tournaments. We stay out of town in hotels, 12, 13 guys, whatever. But it's just the bonding. You had your small little fry. It was a great time, and you really got to know everybody on the team. You started playing better because you became better friends and got closer to those guys.
All right.
How's that?
I am going to spit on this one.
That's nasty. That's just nasty.
I know.
Basically, I think that, all this bonding definitely can help, but I don't know. It's like the media writes about it because it's all they got, and we all feel good about it because they're spending all this time together. They must love each other, but the reality is they might all hate each other. We don't know. We're not in the locker room. last year they spent a lot of time together too in the offseason, and it went all to shit completely horribly. And I'm sure while they were spending time last year, they were like sitting on the other side of the room looking at each other like, oh, I hate that motherfucker. Like, I think there's a pretty good chance that like some of the cracks that have impacted last season started when they went on that little trip to, where'd they go, Ed? Where did Baker take everyone?
Well, he had
Did they go to
on the
Texas?
lake in camp, the Lake Travis or Austin.
Lake Travis. And they
Yeah.
posted all the videos of them all getting along. And I'm sure when the cameras are on, they were all happy. But who knows what these players think of each other?
Yeah, there is the other side of that. You're right. Like getting on each other's nerves, or somebody does something, something to the other one that pisses them. Yeah.
So I
Well,
should have sipped there because I'm kind of in the middle, but I hate sipping. It's such a weasel way to go. So I spit.
I don't know.
I just don't want to spit. I just.
You know what? I just as a side note, I've walked through there. I've walked through there many times, and I always look around and see if there's like, just if he has tarp rolled up somewhere or like a stack of newspaper.
I spent 20 minutes afterwards.
No spit. There's no spittle anywhere. No
I
spittoon.
spent 20 minutes cleaning up afterwards. All right. Question number 2. Ed, this is coming to you.
No cheat. Okay.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are headed towards a divorce.
You know what? I'm gonna chug. Fuck it. It's good enough for Mountain Dew. Then here's why. I've been saying this is my hot take, and you know what? I may, regret these words this upcoming season. But Lamar Jackson looks like a quarterback that we once knew named Vince Young. Vince Young came in, and he had the Tennessee Titans. They were like 13-3. He really, really well. Did really well. And then the league figured him out. And I think the leagues figured Lamar Jackson out. Like, look at the Cleveland Browns defense. Play a 4-2-5. And I know I'm acting like Mac or Jacob and actually talking content. I know it's scaring me even. But they're fast. They got JOK. You got somebody that can, spy Lamar Jackson. And, force him to throw the ball. And you know what, guys? Just guard, Andrews, their tight end. Just because, you know what? I'll take my chances with any wide receivers they throw out. And especially Lamar Jackson likes to throw middle of the field more than he does to the outside. Makes sense, especially if you're a scrambler. So I like what the Browns are doing, especially speed on defense. That's how you beat Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, that's why I'm chugging. I do think – I don't know. The divorce, yeah. I mean, I don't want to pay the guy, especially what the Browns did with the guaranteed money. If you're Baltimore, you're scared. You're hoping he has a breakout season this year, because if he doesn't, he's just mediocre, then what do you do? So.
All right, Roger.
I forgot the question. No,
It's a statement.
I dozed off. I'm joking. That's because
I did too, I think.
You know what? No, I'm sipping on it. How about that? I'm going to sip again.
It's the Roger way.
I think that at first I thought he was a fool for representing himself, and then I was reading things where he's like he wants $300 million guaranteed, and that's just his final answer. And I think he's still going to. He hasn't broke down yet. Once he does break down, he's in trouble, and maybe they see that around the corner. I don't know. They could be if they don't want to pay him that guaranteed money. It could possibly be the end of Lamar in Baltimore.
All right. I am going to chug on this one.
All right. It's funny. The more I drink, I get more like Andy. I like this.
It's true.
I like this.
Ultimately, I think that the Baltimore Ravens are a very smart organization. And, you look at the Patriots with Brady, right? They had their guy at quarterback, and he kept signing these very team-friendly deals that allowed the team to stay together. And I think, with Lamar Jackson, he's a guy that kind of beats to his own drum, and he is not going to really care about that at all. He wants to get paid. And I think the Baltimore Ravens are too smart of an organization. They're not going to give him the guaranteed money that he's looking for. There are some issues with Lamar Jackson. He plays amazing. He's a human highlight reel. And then all of a sudden he looks very, very beatable, especially when they're in the playoffs.
Right.
I think they're going to play this season, hoping both sides can make each other happy. And I think ultimately the closer he gets to free agency and the more like the shitty teams are saying, hey, here's kind of what we're thinking number-wise, I think at the end of the day, he's going to go play for a very bad team and become a rich man and probably cease to be a great quarterback. Kind of how I see this playing out. And I think the Ravens are comfortable with that. And I think Lamar Jackson's comfortable with that. So, Jessica.
I guess I'll just sip on this one because one, I don't really care about Lamar Jackson. Two, I mean, if he's not showing up to his OTAs, other people didn't show up to OTAs, and look how well it worked out for them. Odell Beckham Jr. He went and won a Super Bowl. So who knows what could happen? Maybe he leaves the Ravens. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe they pay him a bunch of money. I doubt it. He seems pretty young and unproven, I guess, in some of those ways. But I don't know. Like Andy said, though, he's not as consistent as you would want him to be, I guess, to pay that kind of money, in my opinion. But I'm not paying it, so I guess, whatever.
All right. Very good. Thank you for that, Jessica. Now let's move on to question number 3. Sorry. Ross is laughing at me. Statement number 3. All right. Browns have made a priority this offseason to upgrade special teams. They drafted a kicker in the 4th round. They brought in a new punter who NFL fans have actually heard of, and they signed premier returner Jakeem Grant. So, for their efforts, the Browns will have a top 10 special teams this year. And Roger, we're going to start with you.
Oh, man, I got to sip again because I don't think it – and I love special teams, man. I'm like a Benny Thompson from back in the old days. Special teams, smash mouth, man. Number one, they've taken all the fun out of special teams with the rules and they've ruined it. But I don't think it hinges on the bottom of the roster is better, so the special team should be better. And they did bring in all the a kicker. They drafted a kicker, but the coaches right now for me on the hot seat. Colonel Pfeiffer. That's what I think. It hasn't worked yet. You know what I mean? Was this year 4 with him? 3? Year 3. Because he is a year before. He was here before Stefanski came on. He stayed, right?
Yeah, Mike Prefer.
Yeah. So that's what it hinges for on me. So I'm sipping.
All right. I am going to spinning on this one because ultimately the Browns have addressed special teams like they haven't in any of the other years, but it's going to take a while for the special teams to form up. You have a rookie kicker that almost never works out. Cincinnati's kicker was amazing, but he's the exception to the rule. York will hopefully be a good kicker, but I predict he will not be in year 1. And like you point out, Roger, the modern NFL has kind of negated having good return games, so I don't think that's going to matter as much as it should. And ultimately, I just think they're going to be better. They're just not going to be top 10. Jessica,
can our producer work instead of throw insults at me?
He is working by providing content for the show.
That's exactly, he's doing his job right now.
In fact, Ross, you've just earned a promotion.
I'm going to spit on this one. I'm not much of a spitter.
No, that was good.
I know. It's pitiful. I'm sorry. So I'm going to spit on it only because I'm thinking that it took how long for the defense to really line up to become like a top 10 defense. And they're still building on that. To go in the first, I don't know, with these new guys, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I don't think it's as likely as what we're looking at, like with our defense and hopefully going into our offense being higher up there this year with our new additions there. So I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
All right. Very well said. Edward.
Well, I think the only reason I'm sipping, I know that's because whether they're 9th, their 10th is to be under your threshold, or they're 11th, 12th, or 13th. As long as they're in the top, I'd say 15 of. I know at least the top half, because you are like you said, the rookies. I think the punter's good. Obviously better players, like to Roger's point. At the end of the roster is better, and usually the end of the roster is the ones that they put on special teams. So obviously you're going to upgrade in talent. when it comes to the players on special teams. But I don't know, maybe it takes them till week 3 or 4 to actually gel, and then things like that. So I don't know if you're top 12, I think that'd be great. So I'm sipping.
All right, Roger.
I just with the return specialist that they brought in too, Grant. That's a big. If he can break, I can't even remember the last time a Cleveland Brown took a punt or a kickoff back.
Travis Benjamin, maybe. I don't.
Whenever it happened, I know I was probably drunk because they were losing the game.
Yeah, the game didn't matter anyway.
It was 2003 or 8 or whatever.
All right. To summarize, I think they're going to be it used to be a weakness, special teams. I think we're not going to be a weakness, special teams anymore, but we're not going to be a strength either. So I think we're going to be.
I agree. Just don't F it up.
Yeah.
Don't F it up.
And in the future, I think we can build towards special team. Probably not with Prefer. I don't know that he's in for a long time.
I'm not a big fan.
All right. Well, that concludes another edition of Spit Sip Chug. And wow, I am so excited for the next segment. I've been thinking about it all week. And we're going to have to bring Ross in for this. Basically, we have this the year of Ed. We've been playing Ed School, where every week we play, we ask a question, and he has to go up against someone, and they both get like 30 seconds to answer. And then basically 3 people judge who had the better answer. Ed has been just dominating this after getting destroyed early. And I think you had won 4 in a row.
Yes.
And then you were going to go up against me alone, which is obviously a scary thing. I'm such a good orator. And you actually defeated me, amazingly. They got it wrong, obviously. I did answer the question.
Matthew McConaughey ain't going to win in Ohio.
Nor is Ed in Columbus.
Ross, also, too, I think Ed School. I want a banner. I want a banner that says Ed School, too.
All right. Well, I am challenging you to a second round of Ed School because I know I can defeat you this time. Like I said, I've been thinking about it all week. Ross has prepared a question. I went first last time, so you are going first this time. And basically, I'm kicking your ass. I mean, it is the year of Ed, and you are developing amazingly, but you are not going to take me down. Roger.
How's the judging going to go? What's going on up here?
We have 3 judges, so whoever gets the majority. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man. So are you 2 ready for Ed School? Ding, 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 ding.
He said theme music.
I know. I'm going to have to add that to my repertoire. I only have an Ed soundboard. That's all I got.
It's huge.
It's huge. So anyways, Ed, are you ready for the question? So
fire away.
With the weather getting hotter and people constantly trying to cool down, what is the best drink to have in the summer and why?
Whatever you want. It's your summer, whatever's cool, whatever what, but I'm gonna answer it and say a natter day because here's the thing about a natter day. And I'm not the alcohol expert, but when I met Andy, he gave me a natter day, and I said, "Thank you, friend." And I chugged that sucker because he laid me out to dry. He pretends that he chugs all the time, but now when he met me, which I would have thought would have been the thing that changed his life. A meeting with Ed in Columbus, you would think that would be a pivotal moment in one's life. The pinnacle, the apex of one's human existence. He didn't obviously feel that way. But he did offer me a natter day. And I chugged that natter day, and it hit me it's just like a Gatorade, back in my high school days. It felt the replenishment of the gods. And I thought to myself, how can a natural light make such a great product? Because no offense to Natural Light, and you can sponsor the show at any time. How could that make me feel that way? And it made me feel some type of way that I haven't felt in a while. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, my friend. He's a worthy opponent. He isn't going to take me down tonight. The people love Ed in Columbus, and I love them too. And Jessica, we love Tulsa, and our hearts and our prayers go out to the shooting and possibly any victims that were affected tonight, because tears at my heart. I love America. I love Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I love the Dawg Chug. Thank you, Ross.
I'm just the moderator. You don't have to thank me. I don't have anything to do
Thank
with
you for your.
opinion.
I thank you for your service to moderate such a great debate with such importance for the people.
Well, I'm a moderator that holds a vote too, so it's kind of weird.
I like your cat.
Thanks,
Bird.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's enough out of you, Ed. Andy,
Oh, okay.
how would you like
sorry.
to answer that
Sorry,
question?
I actually dozed off for the last 5 minutes.
Typical response to my awesome answers.
I am curious what Andy has to pick because I know he has quite the
Yeah.
repertoire of beverages in his basement.
Yeah, well, so it's a little interesting. First of all, it's June 1st today. It is summer. Ed was drinking. He chugged a White Claw because he was too lazy. But I actually have a Natter Day, so I think
I'm jealous.
when I use this as my answer, because this is the premium drink for summertime. It goes down so smooth. It's not too sugary like a lot of these drinks. In the summertime, we did install a pool. We're not allowed to like go out because of stupid COVID. So in the summer, me and the daughter and the wife spend a lot of time in the pool, and drinking like 4 of these in the pool, it's like the greatest thing ever. I love it. I can't wait to go out and actually be around other people soon, and I will be drinking Natter Day when it's hot out there because it is just so delightful. And more specifically, it should be the strawberry lemonade. They do have a pineapple lemonade, which is good, but it's not as good as strawberry lemonade. So I love it, and that would be my answer. Pretty simple.
All right.
He doesn't love you like I love you.
Okay. Well, it's time for the panel to vote, and we're gonna start with Roger on this one. Roger, who do you think sold the Natter Day better to us?
Oh man, at first Ed, I when he started, I was just like, oh Ed, and it just kept getting worse. It was snowballing, and then all of a sudden, it like flipped, and it started climbing, and because I get come into it, I'm thinking Arnold Palmer, I'm thinking Long Island iced tea sitting on a deck, and that's talking about, natties, and then he started making me want one, and I got to go with Ed. Andy, who sounded like a commercial, but I got to go with Ed. I'm taking Ed.
America loves
All
you,
right.
Roger.
Ed, you got one, but I've got to say, I think Ed thought I asked the same question about like who you're going to vote for president. It seemed like he's trying to still advertise his campaign a little bit. You weren't really talking a whole lot about beverages. You started talking about yourself, how the Andy should love you.
He should love me.
You talked about other non-beverage related issues in our country.
I love our country.
Then Andy comes out. He's just so happy to talk about Natter Day. He's literally holding one in his hand.
Stole my answer.
A very genuine answer. Like, plus, I know how much alcohol Andy drinks, and when he says the summer drink of choice in a pool outside, he's selling me on this. Like, I'm gonna go grab a 30 rack right now because I know it's gonna cool me down. Sounds like there's electrolytes in it because it tastes like Gatorade, so it'll actually hydrate you at the same time.
Right.
I don't know. The marketing's working on me, even if Andy doesn't know it. So I'm going with Andy on this.
Yes.
So that means our guest, Jessica, gets to be the deciding factor. So whoever she picks loves her, and whoever she doesn't pick will hate her for eternity.
This is exactly.
That's just a cross after bear, Ross.
I'm gonna love you either way.
I'm pretty petty. I can't lie. I'm pretty petty.
This is exactly why I picked Ed, because I knew Ross was going to pick Andy. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show.
Just answer with your heart, and we'll understand.
Well, I'm sorry, Ed.
Yes!
You don't care about the victims in Oklahoma?
That has nothing to do with it. Don't try to pull current events into this. Current terrible events. Don't try to pull them in there. You started out kind of weird, then you kind of got to the point, then you just got creepy. And that wasn't really doing it for me. And then, but Andy was just pretty straightforward, COVID, drink a beer at his own pool. It's pretty straightforward. It was all the same beverage. It wasn't even like I could choose which beverage I liked better because it was the same thing. So I had to go with Andy's touching story about.
You've been wanting your revenge since
our
I
think the Dawg Chug
encounter 3 weeks ago. This is not to be unexpected.
The Dawg Chug should send Jessica a care package of beverages that she can enjoy in the summer. We'll send her.
Yeah.
I would have if she would have picked
Yeah,
me.
we're definitely sending her like half a rack of Natter Days. Then we got to
Oh.
figure out a handful more.
And the other half could be like a rack of ribs or just drinks.
Well, listen, Ed, you won last week. I won this week. So obviously we're going for round 3 next week, and it's going to be
Because you know you lost. You know I deserved to win.
Well, actually, I won. I got 2 votes. You got 1.
The third judge was a little impartial. Now, if we would have had she hasn't gotten over the 3 weeks ago, Andy.
It's fake news, Ed.
And it's not about
Fake
you.
news.
It's about you being creepy, but not about you personally.
Yeah, Ed, you got to accept the result.
See, that's the thing. I'm not the adult in the room, Andy, so it doesn't really matter what you guys say to me.
Well, if you want to get respect, you have to seem like an adult, and you have to just.
Oh, I don't want Andy. I'm not asking for respect. Look, I accept the results, and I'll kick your ass next week.
All right, you are a guy that loves followers, right?
Of course.
Well, I think to earn followers, you have to show that you respect the constitution of the game.
I accepted the results, Andy. You won.
Well, you said actually you didn't, because you said that.
No, I mean I don't. Deep down, I know your heart. Deep down, you know my answer was better, but you got the win. Good for you. Move on. Cheers.
All right. Well, this is why you're a true loser.
Thank you.
I lost humbly last week.
Do you think I'm ever going to do anything humbly in my life? I mean, seriously, did you think I'm going to have some kind of, epiphany or whatever that, and then come out here and be humble?
I don't know.
It's not me. It's not what the people want.
Yeah, when people get over 40, they start to get a little stubborn in their ways.
That's fair. That is true. That's true.
Ed, I told you, Ed can tell 45 minutes to tell us how humble he is. Take him 45 minutes.
Here's the thing, though. I said I love people. Andy, you said you get in your pool. Are you inviting the American people over to take a swim with you?
I was answering a question about what's the best drink to drink in a
I lost my train of thought. I was on 2 shows today.
Oh.
Hey.
Join the Barking Browns with also too. And I'm honest to God, I really did lose my train of thought. So we had Cozy on from Browns After Dark. I'm saying something. I really am saying something. All of a sudden, I really lost where I was. So it's a funny moment. I'll probably clip it up.
Ed, if you need some time off, just let us know. HR, go to Human Resources. If you need they can get somebody to talk to you.
I can't do that. As I get older, I don't want people to have an excuse as to why to replace me. So I can't let that.
He's got 3 days vacation in his bank.
Jessica, you know what? You picked the winner tonight. That's all I'll say. You picked the winner. I'm not saying he is a winner. I said you picked the winner.
I wasn't expecting to be the tiebreaker, so.
Oh, I knew Ross was gonna do that, and I appreciate you, Roger, for going first, because I knew that if somebody's gonna go first, you'd be the one, and I appreciate your vote, Roger, because Roger's my favorite.
Saying
I don't vote for you. I'll never hear the end of it. It'll be all week.
That's true. That's true.
He's already written up the tweet, just so you know.
No, but honestly, I do feel bad for anything that happened, any violence in Oklahoma today at Tulsa. I mean, that I bring that in and I said it lightheartedly, but I do mean it, and we got to do something about these guns, man. This shit's getting kind of old.
Ed, I do want to say about your T-shirt. I told my wife what I wanted for Father's Day was the Ed in Columbus T-shirt. She goes, "Don't you want a grill instead?" So. So
like a $20 T-shirt or like
we got a farmer's rail. We got a farmer's rail right up here on Front Street just came in, and so I perused that, and I might be having I don't know about the T-shirt, might not be. I think the grill might.
If I autograph it, you still have that.
She shot down
the girl, guys.
She said, "Why is it Paul Revere on that shirt? Why is Paul Revere on that shirt?"
Yeah, I get that. I get the Paul Revere, and I even.
You know what? I didn't know we were in Columbus, and I didn't see the Ben Franklin thing. I go see stuff like that. I wish you would have told me why we were in Columbus, because I would have went and checked that out.
I'll send you a shirt free of charge.
And that, all right, great.
All right, I think Baby Manch wanted to weigh in and send us out. Does anyone else have anything though?
I'm just surprised Baby Manch is still watching the show. He talks so much shit.
Yeah, so
Right.
unfortunately, he has no ability to like do anything else. The chip always, broadcasts that
Direct
show.
feed.
Yeah, and he can't get anything else.
I hope it's.
Oh, happy birthday to my daughter KK. She turned 16
Oh,
on
wow.
Friday. So Baby
awesome.
Manch is
Happy
coming into
birthday.
this world. and I have a
When
16.
when is she gonna do an episode of the Dawg Chug?
Not just she's 18.
She's 6. She can work. She actually got a job. She's a lifeguard at our.
That's
at our
child
local-
labor laws we're looking at. We can't have it.
I really want her to be on the show so she can.
Oh, she really
Oh.
wants to be on it too. She'd love to say a few things.
I want her
about
to
me.
It'll be
Control,
Ed
but-
School. Ed School is up her
Yeah,
alley.
you should do Ed School with
Ed
her.
school. We
That'd
could do
be-
Ed school. Yeah.
All right, but not this week. Next week we're gonna do round 3 because everyone wants that.
Fair enough.
All right. Anyone else? Jessica, thank you so much for being on.
Well, thanks for having me at my Funko Pop.
Yeah, that was
Just
awesome.
glad to be here.
Sorry for the
Glad to be here.
18 minutes of confusion in the start of that.
He's actually taller than the real Baker.
That joke was already written in, and unfortunately it got skipped because we.
Oh,
we
I just like
got
to
all
say that. I would have said it
pretty-
again.
No, it
It's
was-
funny.
Damn it.
It's all right. It was perfectly not funny. So anyway, Baby Manch, what do you have to say? Send us out, please. Hold on. Having
Do you
technical.
not update the app?
Yeah. Okay. Well, good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that kid. He's nothing but
Here
trouble.
we go again.
Do you want me to get Baker back out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
When was Baby Manch's last checkup?
Drink him if you got him.
I vote neither were the winner,
there he
and
is.
the punishment should be they drink until they both suffer liver failure and are wiped from existence, and then Roger and Ross go celebrate with a road trip and crash your car where you both suffer while ambulances are on the way and are ultimately unsuccessful. So I ensure when I'm born I never have to listen to any of you again. Thank you, Jessica. You were great. Go Browns.
All right.
He's a Browns fan. That's great.
What a little kiss ass.
Go Brad.